Ah, nice start. Hi guys, and welcome to the first episode of my new Know Your Formula One track series. In each episode, I will take a deep dive into the upcoming Formula One circuit, exploring its key characteristics, some fun facts, some memorable moments, and then I will take you with me in the sim for a few laps. This week is the start of the 2024 Formula One season, and we are going to the Bahrain Grand Prix. I am so excited for the first race because that's where we gain the most insights on how the season is going to be, how close the teams are to each other. And it's just been so long without F1 that I just can't wait for the weekend. So first, let's dive into the heart of the Bahrain International Circuit. This track hosted its first Grand Prix 20 years ago this year. The first race was in 2004, and it will be on the calendar until at least 2036. Now let's rewind the clock a little bit and talk about some of the unforgettable moments that have unfolded in Bahrain in the past few years. 2014 was the first year where Bahrain was a night race, and it actually held one of the most iconic battles in Formula One. It is now known as the duel in the desert, and it was between Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. During the race, the Mercedes CEO actually asked Toto Wolff to stop the on-track battle, but Toto decided to let the drivers race, and Rosberg actually described it afterward as the biggest battle he ever had in his Formula One career. He said that he was sure during the race that he would win because he was putting so much into it, but Lewis actually ended up winning the race.
That was proper tough to digest after such a battle. And then and I thought all the way that I was going to win this, and then in the end Lewis did still manage to keep it together and win.
Fast forward to 2020, it was COVID year. It was kind of a chaos within Formula One. A lot of the drivers got sick, a lot of the races got cancelled because of it, and that's the reason why in 2020 there were actually 2 races in Bahrain. But I think the most important and terrifying fact from the 2020 race in Bahrain was the Roman Grosjean crash. We just saw the car crash into the barriers and just catch on fire almost immediately, and it was terrifying. I am so glad that the halo was there, and that probably saved his life, to be honest. His burned out car had actually been exposed at the F1 exhibition. It was previously in Madrid. I think they were moving to various cities, but I think you can see it in real life. In 2023, Max qualified on pole position with a lap time of 1:29.7, and he ended up winning the race, just like he won most of the races last year, obviously. But it's actually Hamilton that holds the most wins on this track. Now onto a few fun facts about this track. Did you know that the Bahrain Grand Prix was actually the first Formula One race held in the Middle East? Michael Schumacher won the first Bahrain Grand Prix back in 2004 with Ferrari, and actually the only turn of the circuit that has a name is turn 1, and it's called Schumacher's turn. Believe it or not, the record-breaking time on this track is a 1:31.447, and it was done in 2005 by Pedro de la Rosa in his McLaren MP420. Now, a couple interesting probabilities of the track. There is a 63% chance of a safety car on this track, and the virtual safety car probability is 38%. So enough talking, I think it's time to see what it takes to set a blistering time in Bahrain. So I'm going to hop into the sim and show you the key techniques and the strategy for tackling a good lap time in Bahrain. Alright guys, so I am in F1 2023, and I am about to go on track here in Bahrain. Ah, nice start. Starting up the lap, drivers will have DRS wide open on the front straight, which leads into the best passing zone on the track, turn 1. Drivers will be careful on the throttle out of 2 and 3, propelling them onto this short straight and the second DRS zone. Drivers will be using all of the track and then some on the turn 4 exit. Rear downforce is critical for this next complex, which leads onto the turn 8 hairpin. Turn 10 is a tough one. It's common to see drivers lock up their tires here. This leads onto the back straight and the third DRS zone, where you will see some passing. Use all of the track on the right before a short climb up the hill. and onto turn 13, which I go too wide on here. The last straight takes driver towards the last couple right-hand corners and the end of the lap. So I don't know about you guys, but I am very excited to see how each of the team does this year. I've been waiting for the start of the season for a few months like everyone else. This weekend actually, it's pretty rare, but we're gonna have a race on Saturday and not on Sunday, which means qualifying is actually Friday, which is good because that means we're waiting one less day for it. The conditions, I think, for the weekend are supposed to be pretty good in terms of the weather. I think Friday might be a little bit windy, but I think on Saturday for the race it should be fairly good, maybe a little bit cloudy, but no rain. A lap around here is 5.4 kilometers, 15 corners on the track and 3 DRS detection zones. And here is where a lot of the drivers are probably going to get off tracks because the exit of that turn, you can get really wide. This is pretty rare, but I think this year we don't have any grid change compared to last year in terms of the drivers. We have exactly the same lineup as last year. But obviously it is going to change next year. I'm sure you've heard about the crazy news.
Some huge breaking news this morning. We understand that Lewis Hamilton is to join Ferrari from the 2025 season onwards.
Pretty unexpected news for everyone. It was pretty funny because I've actually been watching Drive to Survive. Not that I'm a huge fan of the show because I think they make it so dramatic and they are not very always true to the events that happen during the week, but I'm more curious to actually see kind of what drama they came up with each year, and it can be pretty funny sometimes. So it was pretty interesting to hear Lewis said that Mercedes is his family and that he really can't see himself anywhere else. That was, last year, and obviously he already made the decision now to leave, so I'm really wondering how that's gonna go. I think him and Charles should make a good duo, but I'm actually curious to hear what you guys think, so let me know in the comments what was your reaction when you heard the news and how you think that's gonna go. So it was actually pretty interesting that they would tell the news before the start of the season. We usually hear about, drivers moving to a different team during the summer break, but usually not before the start of the new season.
Nothing really changes. I think we, I was back at the factory on Monday. It's full attack. Everyone's all hands on deck. And the team honestly I've been with this team such a long time. There's so much love within the team, and I still and always will love this team. So it is emotional, and every week will be emotional because the seat fit is your last seat fit with the team, and you've been doing it. You remember it, the first one. The winter test is the last winter test that I'll do with the team, and so there's going to be a lot of emotional experiences through the year, but we'll do it together.
I actually think it's pretty sad for Sainz, but I'm sure he's going to still do his best for the team this year, and I hope that Ferrari can be really competitive again. Alright guys, so this is what a lap in Bahrain looks like. Before I finish this video, I want to make predictions for the upcoming Formula 1 race. It's pretty hard to make accurate predictions, but I want to say Red Bull looks pretty solid once again, so I'm gonna put Max as a win this week. For second and third it might be wishful thinking, but I'm gonna put Leclerc in second place and Fernando in third. I'm probably gonna be very wrong, but this is only the first week, so we're gonna learn a lot after this race. But I'm really curious to hear what you guys think, so please let me know your top 3 in the comments below, and in my next video I will give a shout out to whoever got it right. So that's gonna be it for this video. Please feel free to give me feedback in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I will see you in the next one.